Hey guys, my name's Katie Bedford, and I'll be your host for the 50K Baka Rebirth tournament. I'm joined today by Jagot, Repulse, and Lucky Shamu, who will be your team captains looking to draft the best teams possible. Those teams will then go on to compete in the 50K main event, April 11th at 4 p.m. Now, how this draft is going to work is that we have 12 invited teams and 3 qualifying teams. Jagod's going to select first, followed by Repulse, and then Lucky. Then back to Jagod, and so forth until all 12 invited teams and the 3 qualifying teams have been selected. Now, the April 4th qualifying event featured some fierce competition. We had 50 trios and a public kill race, culminating into a 14-team custom lobby finale. Congratulations to teams MSage, Myapo, and Aloha MyTV for qualifying for the main event. Now, Jagod, it's your turn first, so who do you pick?
I think with the first pick, I'm going to go with Gorb, Gorgonite, and Jowo. I know that they're like Rebirth Slayers. They've held multiple records on there, and I think they'll perform very well in a competitive setting, especially with Knight's background in the competitive Call of Duty.
Hey, Jagot, okay, I see you, man. I see you, baby.
Hector, you're up. What's your selection?
All right, I'm going to say this now, and it's going to be the first words out of my mouth throughout this whole thing, is a lot of these guys have never played. Like, a lot of these people who are quote unquote like the Rebirth stars, they've never played against each other competitively, and it is night and day difference. Take it for somebody like, let's say, Lucky and I, who we compete in What's His Warzone, and like we play second and first consistently in tournaments, right? It's a different ball game. It's completely different than just getting, bot lobbies and frying out. So I'm gonna go with I have to, my boys, Booyah, Diaz, and Evan, because they are just, I feel like you just have, like, there's no like skill gap really in Rebirth. It's just like who can slay out, who can play the best as a team, and I think those 3 are gonna play the best as a team, in my opinion. So I gotta go with the boys.
All right, Lucky, it's your turn.
Oh, both of you guys got crazy picks. Jagot, I was eyeing that team for a minute because I know Joe has been competing a lot, and those 2 Rebirth stars are gonna be great. So with that being in mind, I'm big on team chemistry, and I think one of the teams here that have had chemistry since day one is going to be TBE, Tommy Almond New. So that's going to be my pick right there.
That's a very attractive pick.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see here. So I get the next pick. I think I'm going to go the similar route. I'm going to play a little bit more safe with this one. I'm going to go with Huskers, Unrational, and Scummin'. I think Unrational's playtime on Rebirth is solid. Obviously, Huskers is a top earner. Scummin's been doing really well. I think that's just a solid pick all the way around.
Amazing pick.
That's a good pick. Okay. All right, then. So, okay. I like this. I'm going to go with Aiden, Smitty, and Hisoka, because Aiden and Smith are just demons on the map, and I know them personally, so I know like they're really good. Smitty hates Rebirth, so this is a gamble, I'm not gonna lie. But like, you can't argue with their gun skill and just their raw talent. Like, they are incredibly good, so I'm gonna go with them.
I think I'm going to go for the pick that I think this team might, if they start playing a little bit more Rebirth tournaments, they're going to be amazing. And it's going to be Destroy Z and FIFA. That team, they play really, really aggro. I remember watching the Verdansk and Caldera tournaments. But now with the new edition of FIFA, I kind of want to see how they play out. And I mean, Destroy and Z, I mean, they play together in every tournament. They're so vocal with everything they do. So I think they're going to be great controlling the chaos. And I think they're going to do good in this one.
I'll be honest, I didn't even see them.
They're solid. Yeah, they're down. They're on the list. I think the next one, I'm actually torn because I kind of want to go with one group, and then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I go with the other. But I think I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with Jukies, Scraps, and Robstar. Obviously, Juki's been a well-known name on the EU side. But with Scraps, I know he no lives Rebirth and has been sweating and is a competitive player, which I think is incredibly important when you got to make those call-outs. The in-game leader, he's not going to have FIFA like he normally does. I think Scraps is going to come in clutch there.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of like... I'm gonna throw us in for a whim here. Like, I know I just said like I have it like these guys have never played against like in tournaments, but like they are quote unquote the TikTok / Rebirth stars. So I'm gonna go with my boy Tech, Immute, and Nixta, just because I mean they're the homies, and I mean I feel like they're gonna be a wild card, boys. I think they're either gonna dominate or like I hate to say it, but they might do bad. But like it's either or. They've never played in this environment before. It's completely different. But I have faith in my boys, so I'm gonna pick them up.
No, that's a great team. think I'm gonna go a similar route, but this player not only plays Rebirth all the time, but also competes in all the, custom gate tournaments, 2v2s. Yep. He's very vocal. He's been playing Rebirth, I think, even since Blackout. It's gonna be Bobby Pov, Finessin, and Lennon. I think they're doing great. Bobby's always performed well in tournaments, so I'm gonna go with them.
All right, my other pick I was torn between is still there, so I'm gonna go with that one, which is Blast and Stu. I think obviously Blast has played it in the past. I'm not sure if he's playing it as much now, but overall I know that combo, they've been playing together for a while. And then Stu, I haven't really seen them combo together as trios, but we'll see how that plays out.
Okay. All right, bet. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So now we have 2 teams left. I'm gonna go with, just because I know 2 of them out of the 3, right? Actually, no, I know them all actually. So I'm gonna go with Galax, Chronicle, and Smirks. Galax, I know he's like more of like like me, right? The more content creator route, but I know he's good on the sticks. And Chronicle, he's a demon. That's the boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose them for my 4th pick.
And then before we get into the qualifier team, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Bear Pig, 5x5 and Epic Plays. Now, I'm not too familiar on 5x5 and Epic Plays, but I know Bear Pig, I mean, he's always playing Rebirth. He's been doing Rebirth cons for a minute now. And I think he recently played a tournament with Joe, and I don't think they did too bad. So I think they'll, he's cleaned up, and they'll be able to perform well in this next one.
Yeah, he did really well in that last tournament. It's just a matter of when you go up against some demons, they do a little bit better. This is how it goes.
It's all about to see how much he's improved since the last tournament.
For my qualifying pick, I'm gonna go with Myapo and Autorize along with Wiz. I've been watching them play for quite a while. They're always sticking together and have done really well, considering Myapo and Autorize since the beginning. Like Verdansk, they've been playing together. I think they're cousins actually. So I think a lot of that chemistry is gonna play into it. And Wiz, I'm a little bit less familiar with, but I'm sure that they grabbed another Slayer if they came out of qualifiers.
All right, so for my pick for the qualifying teams, okay, so the first team, MSH, that is the boy. He's my ride or die. They are demons, right? But before I go to them, let's go to the other team, the one that got 3rd. Intense. I remember this guy. I remember watching. It was in the World Series of Warzone, and Intense. It was a low high. I don't know. It might have been them 3, but they were all camped up in a room with shotguns. And I remember they killed us, and me, Lucky, and Evan were so mad because they were all in a room with shotguns just camping. So because of that, I'm not gonna pick them, and I'm gonna go with my boy MSage, Mr. Jesus, and Unveiled. Those are my boys. Those are the boys.
And then I'll be going with Denera, Aloha, and Intense. Now, I actually wasn't able to watch too much of their gameplay during the qualifiers because I spectated it, but this team came out of nowhere and they played consistently towards the end of it, and they ended up securing top 3. So I'm actually, excited to kind of go back through their gameplay and watch it before the tournament and kind of just see how they play out in the actual event, because now you're not going against qualifying teams. I mean, you're going against some of the best players in the world too. So I want to see how everyone plays out, and it's gonna be interesting.
Those are some incredible teams. I don't think I could have drafted better myself. So we've got $50,000 on the line. So is that $50K going to the tried and true 1st through 3rd, or is there a special Baka twist?
So I got Evan, Diaz, and Booyah winning this tournament. They are hands down the most goated players there is in the game. But if there's one team that I think could throw them for a loop, we can't exclude my boys, TBE, my boy Tommy, Albin, and Noobs. Those guys are deep.
Now, rule sets can sometimes be the talk of the town when it comes to Warzone tournaments. So, are there any special rule sets we need to know about?
One of the biggest concerns right now in the community is who got invited to these tournaments. The qualifiers were open to everybody that could get a chance to compete. And for the main event, we invited some of the most known competitors from Verdansk and Caldera, and a mix of some of the most known Rebirth players to put them all in the same lobby and see who could come out on top.
Scoring can make or break how a team places in these kind of tournaments. So, what is the plan for the scoring for the 50K?
So the biggest thing that we emphasize with this tournament is making sure that there's a balance between kills and placements. So what we did is we implemented a kill multiplier. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this is the best format there is.
That's it for the draft. Congratulations to all the team captains, J-God, Lucky, and Repulse on the teams that they are going to take into the 50K Baka Rebirth tournament. Now, guys, you're going to want to remember to write down this information. The event is April 11th at 4 p.m. Pacific. You can watch all the action at twitch.tv/Baka Bros official. And what you can do right now is leave comments. Let us know who has the best team. Who do you think are some of the best players? Which team captain's going to come out on top? And of course, maybe some of those spicy takes as well, guys. So let us know in the comments. And remember, April 11th at 4 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Baka Bros official.